Honest to Vlog.
Hey Onions, I'm just gonna jump straight into this. I don't even know where Erica's video is or if it's gonna be up by the time I put this up, or I'm just gonna run with it. Oh, by the way, sometimes I take a shower and then I decide to vlog right after, shirtless with a towel. Hi, my name's Way, nice to meet you. I'm really excited by the stuff that's been going on that people have been talking about, especially surrounding Dan's video. I pretty much have to talk about just this and only this because I'm really excited about the idea. So basically, you know Dan, I am the alter ego, he makes a lot of video responses to us and stuff. Well, somebody on my forum posted a response to them. Now this whole discussion on the forum I'm going to put a link to in the description, so you should really watch it, but I'm going to recap it really quick. There also won't be any zooms or any fancy things, I might go blurry or whatever, but you know, I'm just gonna do it. I am the alter ego, or Dan says that the reason humans are different from animals is because we can engage leisure-seeking activities and pleasures and different things like that, like art and culture. That's what he posted in his video, and then somebody posted a response in the forum with a lot of stuff, but I'll try and condense it. And of course the recap is really general and just hits the main points, and you should really read the actual thread, because it's awesome! Thud, the person who posted the thread, who I think is a female, pointed out that even creation and leisure-seeking is a form of survival. She brings up the idea that humans are irrevocably a part of nature around us, and even though we have culture, we're not any better than animals. To do so is placing humanity on a kind of pedestal above the rest of nature, and our ecosystem and all that stuff, and leads to speciesism, as if that doesn't already exist, and that's actually a word, speciesism, though perhaps pronounced a little bit better. Dan says that the reason humans are different from other species is because we do things that are absurd, things that don't actually benefit in terms of survival or ecologically something. Let's just go with survival and pretend that never happened. Bulk for Hwick or Jude brings up the issue that there has been so far very little distinction between the individual and the idea of an actual human as a species. Thud then brings up the point that cats and dogs enjoy leisure time too, and that the human pursuit of individuality could just be a medical thing, or a meme. A meme is an idea or behavior that spreads easily from mind to mind. The more quickly and widespread it becomes, the better the meme is. The thing about memes is that they don't have to be beneficial to survival at all, like verbal tics, or painting, or lolcats. Dan says that he agrees with Thud's ideas, but he still thinks that the pursuit of art and culture is what makes us different from other animals, even if it is just a product of higher brain function. And then relating to the idea of survival and what we should strive for to survive for, he asks what is natural? And during the discussion there's an underlying topic of whether or not free will actually drives our survival as well, so he asks what is free will? Holy shit! And then Tanner joins the discussion and says that unnatural is usually just a label given to things that give us negative experiences. And then Jude says that chimps and gorillas actually have cultures too. And then Thud clarifies that without an identity or something to do, then you're essentially dead, useless, inert, or whatever. So creating an identity or doing things is actually a form of survival. Again, holy shit! Let's do this, okay. Okay, now this is where I add my 2 cents of the conversation. Let's scale out of these big intellectual discussions and get all science-y. At the moment, not counting leptons, the smallest known building blocks of matter are quarks. Quarks make hadrons, which can eventually make protons and neutrons. So beyond going deeper than quarks and theological discourses of the inherent nature of morality and other things and stuff like that, we have quarks. So quarks make protons and neutrons, and those pesky leptons make electrons, and those protons, neutrons, and electrons make atoms. And depending on the number of protons, neutrons, and electrons, you have different kinds of atoms. And those atoms make all kinds of other things, like brains. So if you consider the basic building blocks of the universe and you ask what natural is, well, the question kind of loses its meaning. So sure, basic logical conclusions derived from science while ignoring the ideas of God and other sticky things like that in all kinds of philosophical debate, we get to this basic point of nothing is really inherently unnatural, because it's all made of the same stuff, right? So sure, let's take that argument. Why not? But in that revelation, I think there's something more important to be considered. Human beings in general have a tendency to try and categorize everything into neat little things that we can understand. Generalization. Not everyone tries to categorize everything, I know, but see, that's the beauty of it. You can't. While most of us try and demand logic from the world around us, there really is no logic that we can see inherently. I'm not saying that the logic doesn't exist, it's just far too complicated for us to understand. In order for us to understand the reality that's directly happening around us, we have to go deep into philosophical ideas and intellectual logic. This logic presents us with ideas of duality and black and white and different things like that, which we use to determine how the world around us works. Indeed, in modern culture, pretty much everything is hooked up to this kind of mentality. For instance, if you take a fan I have, I can either turn it on or off. That's a distinct idea, on or off. But the truth is that when you turn that fan on or off, you're just connecting or unconnecting 2 bits of wire. They conduct electricity and the fan turns on. If you took the thing apart, you could probably find the 2 wires and just connect them manually. The same thing applies for when I expected the ritual transaction for my hot Cheetos in my first video on this channel. Indeed, the same thing goes for businesses and governmental processes. And when you look around, you realize how fragile that structure really is and how amazing it is that we've managed to maintain it. And I think we tend to be so geared to thinking that way, we really need to be careful when thinking critically. That same sort of bias to black and white on and off switches can really delude us. And if we come from one reality or another, then we might completely view the issue just from that reality. I'm just saying, it's really easy to forget how much possibility and beauty there is in the this sublime thing we call existence. Maybe the basis of the universe is zeros and ones, but what it builds up to is unbelievably complex. Anyways, those are my 2 cents. So I've been thinking, since honestovlog is such a discussionary place and we always have loads of comments discussing these issues, I'm gonna open up my forum to all the honestovlog folks and the onions and the, Ernesto, basically. At some point I'll probably make a separate category just for honestovlog video discussion threads. Until then, I welcome all the onions to your forum. And yes, it's actually called your forum. I guess you can just discuss stuff in the general thing or whatever? So, Erica, I have not seen you online yet, so I'll see you tomorrow? Or Peter, Monday, I guess. Bye.